that intro, wow, I'm tired. Well, all that intro means is that I'm very old. Been around a long time. Will you allow me to tell you the rest of the story? Yeah. Good. Because I'm really here because I'm a mom and a grandmother. And I've been honored to have all these doors open for me, but because they opened because of people like you, not because of me. I was born to a lower middle class family. My father had a third grade education. My mother had a high school education. My dad went on to lie about his age to join the Navy. So he was a lifelong Navy enlisted man, something that I was very embarrassed about most of my life because I thought, oh my God, he wasn't an officer. But later I learned he passed it over. They asked him to do it, and he said, no, I'm of the men. My parents' dream was that their girls would get college educations. I was the youngest. The day I graduated was the only day I saw my dad emotional. I was a redhead, freckled little girl who drew a lot of laughs. People would, tease me about my freckles. I wasn't very coordinated, still not. Every trip I fall at least once. It's like I get it over with and then I'm okay. But I was real popular at test time. Most popular girl in school at test time because I did pretty well up here. So I graduated. My parents' dream was that I would have a great career, safe, secure job, go through the ranks and retire, because they were very entrepreneurial. My dad got out of the Navy, went to work for Martin Marietta. He had real estate properties. He had a car lot that he owned. He fixed cars. My mother had beauty shops. And they thought, we want our girls to have safe, secure jobs. Little did I know that I was an entrepreneur inside out. So I graduated from college. I went to work at Coopers & Lybrand back way long time ago, 35 years ago. I was only the 5th woman ever hired in the Southeast United States by Coopers & Lybrand. It was before the term sexual discrimination was even thought of. As a woman in business, I just knew I had to work harder. And it was a time when women weren't really very kind to other women in business. Anybody relate to that in the room? A few of us. So I'm really thrilled because we're starting to see that change. Women helping women, right? And it's so very, very powerful. But I was 26 in a rising career. I was fulfilling my parents' dream, going fast. I got to the point where I could be a manager in a big 8 accounting firm, which is pretty darn cool. And the managing partner said, Sharon, we are so proud of you. We are so excited. And you deserve to be a manager. We want to give you the money, but we can't give you the title. Because the guys who started with you would be upset. You don't know me at all, do you? I'd rather have the title than the money. So I had a client. He said, Sharon, I want you to come work with me. I've got this great company. I'm investing money. They're in bankruptcy, but they're a great company. And I'm going to go in and I'm going to turn the company around, and I want you to be there, and you're going to own equity. And I thought, wow, equity. I was 26. I knew everything. How many of you knew everything at 26? Let me see. Yeah, a few of you aren't 26 yet, so it's okay. But you will know everything at 26. I knew everything. I stepped out of there going, okay, I can always go back to accounting. I still remember that night. Remember those points of difference, those moments, defining moments in your life. In my apartment, I'm sitting on a bed, and I had the old pros, cons. Pros, cons. Stay at Cooper's. Fast track. Good money. Working ungodly hours for someone else. Anybody ever been there? Pros to leave. Be my own boss. Own a piece of the action. Risk. Go somewhere where I don't know anybody. And I'm going, pros, cons, getting kind of crazy. And I finally said, my hand just kind of took off by itself. And across the page I said, why not? At 26, that became my motto. Now, you hear all kinds of seminars, and there's probably been a few people this week that said, find your why, find your why. Well, if you wait to find the why, you're going to miss a whole lot of why nots. Ask yourself, why not take that road less traveled? I could always go back to accounting. Why not try something new? Now, if the answer is it's illegal, that's a pretty good reason why not. But why not? Why not do something different? This week, my guess is that you feel like you've been at the wrong end of a fire hose. All kinds of information, right? And so you're going to leave here and you're going to what do I do first? Well, there's pieces of paper. I want you to write 1, 2, 3 on the back of the back sheet. Because 1, 2, 3, that's all you need to commit to. 3 things that you've learned this week that you can apply. 3 things that can change your life, change your destiny, and improve the world. You don't have to write down them, just put 1, 2, 3, because that's my commitment. Before we're done today, I want you each to have those things in your mind. So I leave and I go, and in 9 months, I realized I had made the mistake of a lifetime. Anybody ever make a mistake? Anybody not raising their hand? It was the company wrought with fraud. And here I am with my CPA certificate, and I'm going, uh-oh, I'm risk losing this thing that I earned. What a stupid idiot I am. Why did I leave? What a stupid mistake. Out of adversity comes the seed of an equal or greater benefit. So I leave, and at Christmas time, I go away for 2 weeks trying to get my mind together, saying, do I put my tail between my legs and go back to Coopers and Lybrand and beg to be taken back and have them all laugh at me? All those guys that are now managers, and I probably wouldn't be able to be, all those things. Anybody here ever have one of those conversations inside like that? Yeah. And so I said, okay, what am I going to do? So I come back to the office, and I decided I have to leave, obviously. I can't risk my credentials. Don't know where I'm going to go, but I know I have to leave. Come back, and the company had been involved in some litigation. There were attorneys there doing discovery, and they had waited for me to come back to go in my office. I come in, and I sit down across the desk from this good-looking man, and I say, hi, I'm Sharon.
Hi, I'm Phil.
Hi, Phil. Well, his name was Mike. And we're celebrating 32 years next month. So always look for the lemonade when there's lemons around. So we all make mistakes in life. The issue is, as Greg said in 3 Feet from Gold, do not allow your mistakes or your failures to define you. Many of us carry them like bags. We make another mistake, we get a little heavier, we pull it, and we define ourselves. Everybody makes mistakes. The issue is to learn from them so you don't make them again. So we got married, we had 3 kids, life was wonderful, is wonderful. Almost all 32 years have been good, almost all of them. So we're moving forward, and we have 3 kids, and I love my kids, but they don't like to read. And so we talk about the power of associations in 3 Feet from Gold. And I'm involved in the Cancer Society. And so I go to the Cancer Society meeting. I meet a good friend. And he says, he's been in the music business, but he had this idea for a talking book. This was back in 1987. Some of you weren't around back then. 1987, when bookstores were very quiet places with little old ladies behind the counter. And we'd walk in and say, look, we got this great thing. And they'd go, get out of here. We don't want anything that makes noise. Get out of here. Now you fast forward to our bookstores of today. Unfortunately, we're starting to lose a few of them, but they're very active places with cafes. So I kind of like to think that I was kind of a disruptive technology with my talking book. But you just never know when you put a stake in the ground for something you believe in. We had $1 million in sales. We went to $9 million, went to $25 million. We sold the business the next year, $51 million, and now it's $1 billion industry. Because we're passionate about bringing reading back into kids' lives. And my husband had the opportunity to move to Arizona. 21 years ago, we moved to Phoenix. I hated it. Oh, so darn hot. I love it now. But we get down there, and our oldest son, Philip, and you're going to meet him in a little bit, my little son, 6'6", I make him sit down so I can yell at him. I just say it's kind of hard to yell at him when you're looking up at him. But he goes off to college, 1992, September. Comes home in December. Says, Mom, Dad, I need your help. I need you to bail me out. I'm in credit card debt. Oh, I was devastated. I was angry at him, you bet I was. But I was more angry with myself because I knew about money. When I graduated from college, I had $21,000 saved up so I could start my career and get my apartment. And I taught my kids the same things my parents taught me, I thought. And they were with me when I used my credit cards. But guess what? They weren't with me when I paid them off every month. So Philip goes to ASU. And this young man is sitting here giving me free T-shirts and free money. Just sign here. Well, I'm tired of my laundry, so Phil here has beach towels. Okay, I'm going to sign up for free money. And I get hungry because I've run out of money, and this guy over here is offering me free pizza. Just sign here. So he got these credit cards, and by Christmas, not only had he spent $2,500 in a savings account that he wasn't supposed to know he had, but he'd gotten himself $2,500 in debt. He'd had a really good time. And he said, will you bail me out? What do you think we said? No. And how do you think we said it? No! Are you kidding? No! It took him 7 years to get out of credit card debt, 7 years to repair his credit, and I'm proud to say that he's as passionate about financial literacy today as I am, as passionate about helping people understand that you have a choice. You can become a master of your money or a slave to your money. It's pretty simple. One little philosophy: spend, get your pencils ready, spend less than you earn. Now let me repeat that because I know it's rocket science. Spend less than you earn. Pretty simple. Unfortunately, not too many of us do it, particularly those of us in Washington, D.C. One lone clap. I love it. Take a bow. In 1992, December, I dedicated my life to financial literacy because I was passionate that if my son had those issues, so would so many other people's sons and daughters. It took me 18 years, ladies and gentlemen, but in March of 2009, with the passage of the Credit Card Act, credit card companies can no longer solicit college students on college campuses.